Hi everyone, welcome to Horror Movie Review Maniacs. My name is Callie.
And I'm Bill.
And please, if you like this video, put your thumbs up and subscribe for our YouTube channel so you can be updated on every post.
That's right. And we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we have a new podcast now, which is called Movie Freaks Reviews, which covers horror, non-horror, and just random stuff.
That's right, so you can listen to us all day long. So thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We'd like to thank Diana for picking this week's movie club film, Pee Mak, from 2013.
Tôi รู้เปล่าตอนเขาไปรบอ่ะเขาคิดถึงแต่ตัวเองอ่ะ
มึงว่าไอ้มากมันไหวปะวะ
เขาคิดถึงคิดถึงตัวเองนะแย่เลย
แบ๊วเหลือเกิน
คนไปไหนหมดวะ
เอ๊ะทำไมตลาดมันวายเร็วจังวะ
ที่มึงยังไม่รู้จริงๆใช่ไหมไอ้มาก
Hello everyone. Today we're gonna do a review on Pee Mak. It's from 2013, this movie. And the director is Banjong Pisandanakum. Star is Mario Maurier, Davika Honor, and Natapong Chatapong. Sorry my pronunciation, but those names is pretty hard to pronounce. And the movie is about, after serving for the war, Mak invites 3 soldiers that he was friend in the war to his home. When they arrive, they witnessed that the village is terrified of ghosts. The 3 friends hear conversation that the ghost is Mac's wife, based on the folkloric, the Thai folkloric, I guess. So yeah, it's it's a love story, and basically, these soldiers came from the war, and one of their friends was married and left a pregnant wife at home, and he decided to invite his new friends that he met at the war to stay in their house, in their guest house. And this wife sounds like so beautiful, and she has a little baby boy, and they sounds like a perfect couple. And those friends was amazed because she was like perfect for them. And but soon, like they go to the village, everybody sounds to be afraid when they say that they are in this Mac's wife, that sounds like she was dead or something like that. So everybody believed that she was a ghost. Everybody in the village was afraid of her. And then the friends start to paying more attention and more details what's going on with her. And then they figure out, I guess the villagers right, she's a ghost. And the whole movie is the friends trying to prove that she is a ghost to their friend, and he sounds like he don't believe it. He doesn't want to believe, and all he cares is to be with his wife, with his family. So I'm not gonna say the end, but the movie is about that. Those other friends trying to prove to their friends that his wife is a ghost. In my opinion, I was thinking I was gonna be bored to death with this movie, but surprisingly, this movie is really good, guys. It's awesome. I laughed so much. You know what remind me? Those we call in Brazil, in Portuguese, we call três patetas, the 3 Groots. I think it's Groots in English. And those guys remind them because they are so funny, like they act so stupid and want to prove to the other that they're smart, and so this story becomes super funny. I have moments that I laugh so much. And this story is little silly, but it's good, you know. I like the idea that they are no best friends, but they become have very strong relationship between each other, and they realize that they don't want to leave nobody behind, and they, trying to cover up, to their friends, to his friends, that the wife was a ghost, and and become unbelievable. Like, I can't have words for this movie. And the love story, like, it's just showing that there's love even beyond death. Like, doesn't matter if the person that you love die, all you care is to be with that person. And if there's any way that that can happen, this couple just proved that love never die. And if one accept the way they are, and after that they still can be together. I mean, this is not possible, but I mean, in the movie, and that's what's shown in this movie. And it was really beautiful story. I really enjoy to they give an extra scenes after the end. They are giving to showing how they are living after, and they having fun. They, was not that bad of living with a ghost, and that was possible. And all the friends realized that who cares, she dead or not, she's not mean, she's nice, all she cares is to be with the person that she love. And that's what's showing in this movie. So I'll give this movie a 8. I really enjoy. Have lots of comedy on it, and some few jump scare, not too much. I don't know if I say it's a horror movie, but there's some. I guess because she's dead, and the makeup, and some little ghost creepy scenes, so they probably put it as a horror. But for me is very, very, very light, if they qualify it as a horror. But I love this movie. It's a love ghost story that I recommend everybody to watch. You're gonna laugh. Is basically, it's more a comedy to me, and it's pretty nice comedy. I wish I could speak Thai, because probably it would be even way more funny when you understand their language. But it was fine to me. It was enjoyable, and I even watch again some part that I miss. I went backwards, and I wanna pay more attention, because was really fun. So now you guys gonna have Bill review. He gonna give his opinion, what he thinks. So what you think about this movie, babe? Tell us.
So, Pee Mak from 2013. What did I think of it? So basically, this film was about a guy who he just came back from a war, and you don't really hear about which war was, or who they were fighting, but he makes friends with these, I think, 4 guys, and he's excited to come home and to show his friends his new wife and kid. So you don't really know where this film, the time that this film takes place. I don't think it's modern. Everybody still lives in huts and stuff, so I don't think people in Thailand still do that. But yeah, so it takes place in some period of time. I'm guessing it's in the past, because this is an old story from Thailand. So um, this director is actually the same director from Shudder. Shudder was actually it actually got a lot of buzz back in when it came out in 2004, I believe, and it was actually a really, really good film. It was remade for American audiences, maybe a couple years later. So yeah, this director also did a film called Alone that I'm pretty sure I saw it at the Toronto Film Fest years ago. So yeah, just hearing that it was from him, It got me a bit excited to see this. The first thing I noticed about this film, and I'm not sure if it's also a I wasn't sure at first actually what it was, if it was a tradition or if it's just bad hygiene, but every character in this film, their teeth are black. And I remember I was chatting with Kelly about it, and I was saying like, if you notice, they're all the teeth are black, and she thought it was just that they all had bad teeth. Like, oh no, that can't be it. How can everybody in the town have bad teeth? So so I looked it up, and it's actually a tradition in Thailand. It's supposed to preserve the teeth. It's supposed to help preserve teeth so that they're made to last a lifetime, and it's also supposed to symbolize beauty and youth, I guess. So I'm not sure what the rationale behind that is. So you're gonna have ugly teeth when you're young, so you can have teeth when you're 90. That I never really understood. But whatever. Those are the cultural differences that you notice when you watch foreign films, which is why it's why I love watching them. So yeah. So in this film, to go further into the plot, um, the main character, he has a girlfriend, and his friends around town notice that the people around town are afraid of this ghost, and they start to suspect that she might be the ghost. So it's basically, yeah. So then basically from there, there's a lot of comedy in this, which I'm not. No, it's a lot of the comedy is slapstick too. I'm not a big fan of slapstick comedy in my horror. I'm not a fan of a lot of comedy in my horror to begin with, but especially slapstick. And that kind of turned me off. I did not find it funny at all, and it was mainly a comedy, and to me that it just didn't work for me that much. But the whole story, the story was fine. Like, it was cool to learn this new folklore that I had never heard before about. So I guess this folklore is about a guy who's his wife's a ghost. So it's not that complicated, I guess. But yeah, it was a fine movie. I really like the sets, or I don't know if they're sets or they're actually real areas in Thailand that are still like this, but they look beautiful. I kept thinking, wow, they must have a ton of mosquitoes because of all it's always wet and they're in the jungle and everything. I was just in Brazil last year, and I got eaten alive by mosquitoes, and I can only imagine this would be even worse. But yeah, that's one another thing I noticed. Another weird thing with this film is they say that if you look between your legs, you can that's the tradition, or that's a old wives' tale in Thailand. If you look between your legs, you can tell if somebody is a ghost or not. So I don't know. It's really weird, although how that works, but apparently it does in Thailand. So yeah, uh, I don't know. I thought it was fine film. I'm not sure if I would have ever watched it if it wasn't a movie club film, and that's perfectly fine. That's why we watch. That's why I like movie club, because I watch films that I would never have seen before. Yeah. So overall, I think I'll give this one like a 6.5. I'm not sure if I would watch it again. It was fun at parts. It was a little too long at almost 2 hours. I didn't. There was towards the end I found it kind of dragged a bit, and then the reveal was, it kind of had almost like a double twist, but it was, I don't know. None none of it was too surprising to me. Anyway, I thought it was fine. Yeah, it was entertaining enough. So that's my review of Pee Mak, and from 2013. Thank you for listening, and make sure you subscribe to our Facebook group, Horror Movie Review Maniacs, and we're also on Twitter and Instagram, and what else? We're on. We have our own podcast now, and the podcast is actually under Movie Freaks Reviews. So yeah, we kind of have, if it's confusing, we kind of have two Facebook groups: Movie Freaks Reviews, which is normal films like non-horror, and Horror Movie Review Maniacs that focuses more on horror. But our podcast is more geared towards both, so that's why we call it Movie Freaks Reviews. So yeah, that's my review, and thanks for listening. See ya. Bye.